So, I'm 36 years old, and I'm at that point in my life now where women look at my penis the same way a kid looks at snow waiting to hear school's going to be closed. Anything less than 6 inches and there's bitter disappointment. Best case scenario, she gets to go home an hour early. They say you get another year older, you get another year wiser. That's bullshit. You get another year older, that's one more second you have to stand at the urinal shaking yourself so you don't dribble all over your pants. It's good to see people come out for comedy because of the climate that we live in. The climate's very touchy. People are afraid to come out to comedy shows now because they're always worried comedians are going to go on stage and start Trump bashing. So I'm going to combat that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and say something positive about Donald Trump. And that is that for a grandfather in his 70s, he's great at using Twitter. And he's cheated on his wives with porn stars and supermodels so often, he has to have one hell of a spank bank. I can't wait for Trump to leave office simply because I want to read his memoirs. I already know what the title of his memoirs is going to be. The title is going to be, Someone Else Clearly Wrote This. I mean, have you heard me speak? But we love our disgraced celebrities. We love them, don't we? We gave O.J. Simpson his own TV show after he was acquitted on his murder trial. They gave him a hidden camera show. The show was called You've Been Juiced. I have a theory that was the last thing he said to his wife. Hey Nicole, you've been juiced. And I got your damn juice all over my glove. I just want to clear something up. That's me laughing at that joke. That's not OJ laughing, alright? I don't want to give you the impression of O.J. Simpson as some kind of an asshole, alright? You know Bill Cosby is going to get another TV show when he gets out of prison. I can see it. It's going to be Cosby Show 2030. Well, Claire, would tell you how I'll put the kids to bed, but then they'd throw my ass back in the jail again. I have a theory about all the sweaters and shirts that Cosby would wear. I have a theory that the designs on the shirts and sweaters were so that women wouldn't know they were drugged until it was too late. You're gaping your mouth open at that one. You better strap the fuck in, alright? Because this shit is going to get real dark real quick. You're going to look back on the Cosby shit like it was a treasured childhood memory. You look like you have so much hope, but believe me, by the time I get through, it'll be just completely gone. So, welcome to my world, alright? I just came out to laugh and just have a good time. What the fuck is this shit? I read something interesting. It kind of makes sense, is that dogs, whenever they hear the sound of fireworks going off, they get scared and they run away. They run away from the sound of fireworks going off. And that means one thing. Dogs are a hell of a lot smarter than people from Alabama. Relax. Doing jokes about people from Alabama will never get old. Much like an anti-vaxxer's kids. It's tough dating. I could never date a single mom. I could never date a single mom because if you ever get a few of them together, because some of them usually had like 2 or 3 or 4 kids, you get a few of them together, that's enough to field a baseball team. So going down on one of them must be like visiting an historic battlefield when you think of all the violence, bloodshed, and destruction that's going on down there. Having sex with a woman who's had a lot of kids must be like being a war reenactor. That Cosby shit is looking like a fucking nursery rhyme right now to you, isn't it? The co-founder of Microsoft, Paul Allen, passed away. Unfortunately, hitting Control-Alt-Delete couldn't bring him back. When Stephen Hawking died, he was reportedly worth $20 million. $20 million. Imagine how much more he would have been worth if he had all his working parts. I I love expressions. One of my favorite expressions of all time is, if it has tits or tires, it's going to give you trouble. That's why I will never date a woman in a wheelchair. And you think women in wheelchairs would get offended by that, but they don't. They're more relieved when they find out I won't date them. No bullshit, I told that joke, a guy right up front in a wheelchair wheeled himself out of the showroom after I told that joke. Afterwards, the manager of the club came up to me and said, "Tom, why did you tell that joke? That guy in that wheelchair was so offended that he left." I said, "Did anybody else leave?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, at least I didn't walk anybody." They say if you see a mother and a daughter walking down the street together, you can usually tell what the daughter's going to look like in about 25 or 30 years by looking at the mother. You've heard that expression, right? See, whenever I see a mother and a daughter walking down the street, I just imagine that I'm looking at the before and after pictures for an ad for wrinkle cream. But let's say the daughter's by herself, right? If she's not with the mother, you can still tell what the daughter's going to look like in about 25 or 30 years, provided she's a burn victim. I did that joke with a burn victim sitting right up front, and he found that hilarious. Or annoying or offensive, I don't know. It's difficult to gauge the expression on this thing. But I love traveling, I love performing. One of the most exotic places I've traveled to was Alabama. I passed a welcome sign that said, "Welcome to the birthplace of Helen Keller." Wouldn't you know it, there was nothing to see down there. Tried telling people about it, but nobody would listen to me. Nobody would listen. But I love traveling, but one of the things I love doing, I love going home. I love going home to my cat. I have a cat. I'm a cat guy, all right? You know why? Because a cat is a man's pet. Because a cat acts like a man. Now, I know a lot of people say, no, dogs, they act like men. Cats, they act like women. Bullshit, all right? I've been in a lot of relationships, and my family's had a lot of dogs. And if I had a dog, that dog, just like my previous girlfriends, as soon as I got home, would be right at the front door going, "Hi, how was the show tonight? How was New York? How was it traveling? How was the audience? Huh? Hey, guess what? My sister called. She had a boyfriend just broke up. She's going to come over to me and tell us all about it." No! None of that bullshit. I own a cat. You know why? A cat is a man's pet because a cat acts like a man. Oh yeah, I know. As soon as I get home, my cat, just like a man, is going to be sat down on my couch in front of my television going, "Hey, what's up? You know my food dish is empty? My goddamn food dish is empty? And have you seen the state of my litter box? I tried using your toilet, but I can't because mine's so dirty. I'm serious. Clean out my litter box, refill my food dish. I'm going to sit here and watch television. No, I'm not changing the channel either. Well, I don't have thumbs. I can't. So. No, I'm not watching Animal Planet, you dork. I'm watching my favorite movie of all time, Old Yeller. Oh. New York, it's been a pleasure. Take care of yourself.